to today's webinar. My name is Radek Krakoszyński. I'm a senior trainer at Worldwide School. I'm very happy to have you all here, guys. Thank you very much for attending. And I have a pleasure of conducting today's webinar for you. And as you already know, we are going to focus on some vocabulary, either created or just used in the recent months due to the coronavirus pandemic, because well, many aspects of our lives have changed in the past months, along with the language. So even the language we are using is a bit different now. Let me just ask you if you can hear me. Just if you could type something up in the chat, just to confirm that what I'm saying actually gets through to you. Okay, good. I got some confirmations. Thank you so much. So I know that what I'm doing makes sense now because you can hear me. That's great. Thank you so much. All right. So yeah, we're gonna have a look at some words, terms, expressions that well have been circulating in English in the past weeks and months. Yeah, because as I said, English language has changed since the beginning of the pandemic. And some words and expressions will have gained some new meanings and new contexts, right? So let's have a look at some vocabulary items. Some of them quite recent ones, actually. Well, first of all, well, the rona, Miss Rona, or Aunt Rona. Well, this is just a slang term and well, unofficial term for the virus, of course. Yeah, like the main topic of news items and headlines has been the virus here for many months now. So these words, these expressions have been used just to describe it. So Rona, often in the phrase the Rona, is an informal shortening of coronavirus. No, it's a long word, yeah. So just to communicate more effectively, we can use shorter form Rona or Aunt Rona. Yeah, so that's the first one, just to start with. Yeah, so instead of saying coronavirus, you can see, especially on some blogs, social media, Instagram, Twitter, phrases such as Rona, Miss Rona, or Aunt Rona. For example, yeah, I don't know about you, but homeschooling my kids during the Rona ends up in a lot of frozen too. Yeah, we sit a lot at home now together with our families. So yeah, watching cartoons with kids after homeschooling makes sense. Okay, another one, quarantine. Well, any ideas what this one might actually mean? Because it's a blend of two words, obviously. Any ideas? What can well this one mean? If you have any thoughts, just type them up in the chat. Like what does this word look like? Quarantine. Like, I mean, I guess you know the word corn and you know the word teen, but this blend. Okay, some people are typing, so let's wait. Quarantine. Okay. Actually, yeah, I guess you're right. People who typed up quarantine. It's like intentional misspelling of quarantine. Often used in some ironic commentaries. What it feels like to be at home during the pandemic. So yeah, so this is like yeah, purposeful misspelling of quarantine. So very good answers from you. Thank you, guys. Well done. I'm sick and tired of quarantine. Yeah, sounds almost like quarantine. So just a misspelling. That's a funny one, actually. Another one, doom scrolling. Any ideas? Doom. Well, scrolling, I guess we all know what scrolling is because we do it a lot on our phones, tablets, or whatever. But doom, kind of a negative word. And what is doom scrolling nowadays? Because well, scrolling is one thing, and I guess the first thing we do in the morning, one of the first things at least, is scrolling our screens looking for some news. And what is doom scrolling with regards to pandemic and the current computer game Doom? Okay, yeah, it's a classic one. First-person shooter, but actually doom scrolling, well, people read a lot of news on screens. They scroll just to see how the pandemic is going. So like we constantly refresh our news feeds just to get some latest news about the pandemic and about what's going on in the world, like how many new infections have been reported, and so on and so on. So this is, well, what can be referred to as doom scrolling. Yeah, just scrolling the news pages to get the latest news of how bad the situation is. Like, so this is a good one for pessimists. Yeah, I was up to 2 a.m. last night doom scrolling about coronavirus news in my state. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, in America the situation is really bad. So I guess, yeah, many people there are doom scrolling. COVIDiot. Well, this one I guess it's obvious and doesn't require any explanation. Who is a COVIDiot? Any ideas? Okay, I can see someone typing up in the chat. Actually, quite a few of you are typing. That's great. So let's wait. Rona skeptics, people who believe in coronavirus, coronavirus skeptic. Exactly. Yeah. So COVIDiots. This is the term, like a blend of idiots and corona. Yeah? So it's like pretty insulting word for someone who disregards like health and safety guidelines about the virus. Like covidiocy, that's the noun. Yeah, so if you don't wash your hands regularly, if you hang out in big groups of people, if you are just are not concerned with your health and safety of others, yeah, such people are referred to as covidiots. So pretty. Okay, I see that somebody has problem with the voice. Is it only one person, or you can hear me without any problems? I hope that everything is fine. Okay, cool. Yeah, so COVIDiots, yeah, corona skeptics, yeah, people who don't really care about the virus and claim that, what virus? Yeah, it's a conspiracy. Yeah, don't be a COVIDiot by visiting the beach today. It's super crowded. Well, so let's leave this one. Quarantine. That's another blend of, I guess, two words. Yeah, quarantine and team. Any ideas what this one might actually mean? Quarantine. Okay, some people are typing up their answers. Thank you in advance. Whole group as quarantine. Yeah, kind of. That's very close. So basically, by quarantine, we can describe a group of people that you meet or see during your self-isolation. Yeah, so basically, these are the people you choose to socialize with. Yeah, as now we should maintain some social distancing. Your quarantine are people who, well, you're not afraid to socialize with, or you're not afraid to meet because you know that they are not COVIDiots and they are really concerned about the virus and take care about health and safety rules. Yeah, so that's your quarantine, the team you meet when you are self-isolating. Our quarantine is going camping next weekend. We're tired of all the binge watching and baking. Yeah, binge watching, that's a nice term. I guess lots of people watch Netflix or other streaming services nowadays. So binge watching is simply when you sit and watch like the whole season of many episodes at one after another. Yeah? So a very popular thing, I guess many people are doing nowadays. So that's quarantine. Huh? Moronavirus. Well, moron virus, I guess it's self-explanatory. It's just a blend of, yeah, the same as COVIDiot. The center here is played by the word moron. Yeah, so again, it's somebody, yeah, like COVIDiot who doesn't really care about the virus. So this is a slang word used to publicly criticize people who are not really concerned about their health or other people's health. So COVIDiot, coronavirus, more or less the same. Pretty offensive. My roommate is being such a coronavirus. He went down to the beach with a huge group of friends. Well, yeah, let's leave it without any comment. Quarantini. Whoa, lots of words created from quarantine. But okay, what is quarantini? What does it sound like? Any ideas? Some drink. Very good answer. Actually, yeah, how do you take a quarantine? Dirty, dry, shaken, stirred, vodka, gin. So that's the name of a drink, of course. Not something to eat, but something to drink. So Basically, it's a slang term for a cocktail that, well, you can drink while at home under quarantine. So it's a blend of quarantine and martini, of course. So how you take it, it's up to you. Vodka, vermouth, gin, whatever. Twist of lemon, green olive, lemon peel. Yeah, so that's basically quarantini. So when you're at home, self-isolating, you can have a nice glass of quarantine. Frozen pizza in the oven, Paw Patrol queued up. I think it's time for a quarantine. Yeah, after a whole day of home office, homeschooling, you deserve a glass of quarantine, definitely. Coronarita, well, that's, I guess, sounds kind of similar. So that's just a name. Okay, some people are typing up, so I'll wait. Pizza. Actually, it's not a pizza. It's actually yeah, another drink. Coronarita, like based on margarita. So we have quarantini, we have coronarita. So this is another drink self with Corona brand beer, or yeah, an answer to a typical margarita cocktail. So quarantini, coronarita, just some strange names of drinks that people have at home while being locked down. Virtual happy hour. Yeah, we know what happy hour is, I guess, but we cannot just go out nowadays to a bar or any such place where you can socialize and have drinks with friends. So nowadays we have virtual happy hours. Everything is going virtual and online. So yeah, so if you have quarantini or coronarita at home, this is your virtual happy hour. Yeah, like we are many people working from home, and just to let off steam, let go of pressure. Yeah, we can yeah, stop doom scrolling and just start virtual happy hour at home, because yeah, we cannot just go out and behave as usual. Walktail. Just a little hint. This is another one connected with drinking. So as you can see, lots of words and expressions actually concern alcohol and relaxing after a long day in the home office. So what about this one? What is a walktail? What do you think? Because the words are pretty easy, walk and tail. But what does this word actually refer to? Okay, some people have some ideas, so we'll wait. Having a cocktail while walking. Exactly. Very good answer. So basically, yeah, when you take your quarantine, your coronita, coronarita, whatever, outside, this is a walktail. Yeah, so drinking at home might be, well, too much for some people, so they just take their drink and go out, and that's a walktail. Yeah, walk and cocktail together. So yeah, you just buy alcohol, takeaway, and you just drink while walking in your neighborhood or anywhere, walking your dog, or just probably not a good idea to drink alcohol when you go for a walk with your children, but with a dog, I guess, would be fine. Just remember, it's rather illegal, yeah, to drink alcoholic beverages in public spaces. So wrap it up in some plastic bag or paper bag. Yeah, so that's a walktail. Well done. Some people have a very good answer. Zoom bombing. A lot of us use Zoom on a daily basis for work, for business meetings, stuff like that. And I guess you are familiar with the term Zoom bombing. Any ideas what that is? Zoom bombing. Okay, I'll wait for some answers to appear before I continue my lecture. Okay, too many Zoom meetings. Okay, dance. All right, interesting appearance of some people from home. The camera. Okay, interesting answers. But actually, Zoom bombing, well, is when some uninvited guests actually disrupt your meeting on Zoom, presenting some obscene, violent, or offensive images or words. Well, it used to happen that some people who were not invited, they just invaded some Zoom meetings, and that's called Zoom bombing. The term actually comes from photo bombing, when somebody just ruins your photograph, yeah, by appearing in your photo without the photographer knowing about it. Yeah, so that's Zoom bombing. I guess now Zoom is much more secure than it was a few months ago. I don't know if it's still happening, but yeah, that's a Zoom bombing. Somebody appearing uninvited during your Zoom meeting. Zoom mom, another term. A Zoom mom. Well, this is just moms who constantly use Zoom. Before that they used to be called like soccer moms, but virus has changed that. So they should be moms who spend lots of time using Zoom for work, or your kids use Zoom for schooling. Yeah, so basically, lots of women who now work from home, stay with kids, and actually in the US, pretty well potentially might be pretty potentially a powerful voting bloc. The election is coming like next week in the US. And some election polls actually show that Zoom moms can influence the outcome of the election in a way. So that's what a Zoom mom is. Yeah, if the updated back to school plans aren't released soon, the Zoom moms may revolt. Yeah, so actually quite powerful group. Quarantine and chill. Well, this expression basically refers to spending free time at home during the coronavirus, especially with your romantic partner, watching some streaming services or just having fun. So it's also a popular hashtag on some social media like Twitter, Instagram. So people post some selfies of what they are doing at home with a hashtag quarantine and chill. So that's also became quite popular. Yeah, my hubby and I are in an epic tournament of running 500. Winner each night gets to pick the movie. So people just staying at home and going crazy. Quarantine and chill. Some other words: coronials, quarantines, and corona babies. They all refer to young people. Yeah, babies that are conceived while people stay at home during isolation. They will be called corona babies, yeah, because they have been conceived during the pandemic. Then when the babies get older, they will become the quarantines, yeah, like quarantine and teenager, yeah, and in the future, like this hypothetical new generation of people conceived during the pandemic will be called like coronials, yeah, so it's like coronavirus and millennials, so like new generation. That will come to existence while people are spending a lot of time together at home. So coronials, quarantines, and corona babies. Okay, corona spec. What about this one? Well, spec, it comes from German, actually. And what might corona spec be? Fat on belly. Yeah, absolutely. That's what it is. So basically, in German, speck, kind of meat, yeah, like bacon, like pork, fat, found in sausages. So exactly. Somebody has problems with the sound, but I guess this is just some exceptional situation, and all of your partners can hear me, I hope. Yeah. So exactly, we spend more time at home without any exercise. So corona spec. It's just the fat, the weight we gain during lockdown because we cannot, we don't do much exercise, yeah, and we stay just stationary all day. Okay, so that's corona spec. Follow these exciting tips that can save you from corona spec. Yeah, so we should just exercise a bit. Yeah, we'll just go out whenever we can. Okay, so that's corona spec for you. Zomping. Well, what is zomping? Any ideas? Jump of zombie. Okay, that's an interesting one. Actually, this is connected with dumping. Yeah. So basically, this is like a new phrase which refers to breaking up with someone over video chat. Yeah. So you can dump someone on Facebook, like end the relationship, but now some people started doing it on some video communicators. Yeah. So zomping instead of dumping, yeah, to dump someone, to leave someone, to end the relationship. Yeah, so zomping is a new thing because people cannot meet in person, so they zump each other on Zoom or any other video conference tool. So that's zumping, to zump someone, yeah, to end the relationship, romantic relationship with someone through a video call, which is I guess not the best way of doing that, but well, people do it. Okay, so yeah, she just zumped me yesterday. Yeah, like she ended our relationship. Kind of depressing. Spandemic. That's the next one. What is that? What is spandemic? I guess we know the word spand very well, but what can spandemic be? Give me some ideas, concerns. Okay. Big international shopping, spending money on online shopping, spend money on... Yeah, you're all right. Yeah, so spandemic basically, it refers to this tendency we have to overspend, yeah, to spend too much. And yeah, during the pandemic, yeah, some people, yeah, spend even more on online shopping than usual. They treat it as kind of like retail therapy. Yeah, people spend money, buy things, just to feel better, I guess. Yeah, so this is spandemic, this widespread tendency to spend too much, which is yeah, even more present nowadays during the pandemic and the lockdown. Yeah, exactly. To compensate for feeling frustrated during the lengthy coronavirus pandemic, many people have been creating a spandemic. Yeah, we need to lift our moods somehow, I guess. Okay. Quorum baking. Sounds nice. What can this one be? Quorum baking. Any ideas? Compulsive cooking. Okay, maybe compulsive is too much, but yeah, definitely cooking. Baking cakes during pandemic. Yeah, I guess that describes it pretty well. It's like the therapeutic act of baking during lockdown. Yeah, I have so much time at home that maybe some people bake more than they used to. So yeah, absolutely. So baking during the pandemic. So quarantine baking, whatever that is. So yeah, hamster calf. Whoa, that's another one that comes partially from German. What is that? Hamster calf or hamster coughing. That's definitely German. So any ideas what this one is? Buying pets. Okay, buying a lot of toilet paper. Yeah, actually, maybe not pets, but yeah, but hamster plus cow, like buying. Yeah, this is like kind of metaphor. Yeah, because yeah, especially at the beginning of pandemic, in spring, people just raided supermarkets. Yeah, buying lots of stuff like toilet paper and yeah, pasta, sugar, all those. Yeah, flour. Just like hamsters who stuff their cheeks full of nuts or anything they like. Yeah, so that's like hamster coughing. Yeah? Interesting word that's started to be used in English. Camila still cannot hear me. I don't know. I guess only one person cannot hear me, and the rest is not complaining. So I have no idea. Maybe if you leave and rejoin again, it will be better. Because I think that everyone else can hear me, right? I hope. Yeah, so that's hamster coughing, just buying a lot of stuff. Okay, some good piece of advice from you. Thank you very much, guys. Okay, and some examples of hamster cough. Like if you've seen someone hoarding a bowl of water or buying 3 times the amount of ravioli they usually would, then you've come across a hamster cough. Yeah, so we can use this word to describe such a person, yeah, who just buys too much. Okay, armchair scientist, armchair epidemiologist, or armchair virologist. Well, these terms are used interchangeably. You can see different variations, all 3. are used. And who is an armchair scientist or armchair virologist? Some people are typing up. Thank you. Armchair philosopher. Yeah. Well, I'm sitting in an armchair, but yeah, luckily I'm not a philosopher. Okay, so such a person basically is someone who doesn't know anything or doesn't know much, but is posing as an expert, pretends that he knows everything and has all the answers. So kind of like some politicians, I guess. Yeah, they are like armchair virologists. They know better than real scientists. Yeah, let's discuss the risk we take when we put our faith in even the most well-intentioned armchair epidemiologists. Yes, that's one of the dangers of social media, yeah, where a lot of such armchair scientists present their views and other people just believe it. Yeah, so such guys are just armchair virologists, epidemiologists, or scientists. Right. Corona cut. That's another term. What can this one refer to? Corona cut. Well, as you can see, I need to visit a hairdresser myself. Yeah, so not a salary cut, but yeah, homemade haircut, exactly. Yeah, many people answered that yeah, the salary is cut in a salary. Actually, it's not that drastic. It's just yeah, the act of cutting your own hair at home, because hair salons or beauty salons are closed. Yeah, you can also use the phrase core cut, yeah, corona cut or core cut. So basically, it's trimming, cutting ourselves, our hair by ourselves at home. Yeah, so then can be risky, yeah? Especially, I mean, for men it's rather easier, but ladies, well, I don't know how to do that even. Yeah, so that's a corona cut. Corona dorge. Well, dorge. What's the meaning of the word dorge? If you dodge something or dodge someone. A car. Okay, yeah, of course, American car, a make of car. Actually, dodge means like to avoid. Yeah. So if you corona dodge, basically you try to physically avoid others when you are out in public, just not to contract the virus, just not to get infected. Yes, it's like corona dodge. You maintain like 2-meter distance from everyone around you when you have to go out. Yeah, so that's what people refer to as corona dodge. Another one with corona, like, well, lots of words with corona. Corona illusional. Wow. Any ideas what this one can mean? Corona illusional. Okay, some people are typing up some answers, so let's wait. Corona illusional. Delusional about coronavirus. Yeah, so delusional, absolutely, it comes from this one. Yeah, if you're corona illusional, basically, yeah, if you spend too much time at home on your own, and yeah, you become corona illusional. Yeah, so kind of like disordered thinking as a result of quarantine, pandemic, or some people stop thinking straight. Yeah, because they have some panic attacks or too much doom scrolling. Yeah. So you become corona illusional, yeah. So you lose the ability of thinking straight because of the virus. Okay, corona splaining. Wow, what about this one? Another one with corona. Sorry about that, but well, that's what we are talking about now. Lots of corona words. So any ideas what this one might mean? Complaining. Okay, splaining is more like from explaining. Yeah, if we have a look, there's another term like mansplaining, which happens when a man talks condescendingly, like talking down to someone. Well, traditionally it used to be women, yeah, about something that well, he thinks he has complete knowledge, but actually he doesn't have this knowledge, and someone you're talking to actually knows more. Yeah. So corona splaining, yeah, comes directly from mansplaining. So you talk to someone about the virus, thinking that you know more, and looking down on this person, but actually is the other way around. Yeah, the guy you're talking to actually yeah, knows more, and we're just making kind of an idiots of ourselves. Yeah. So that's corona splaining, just talking smart things about the virus, thinking that, oh yeah, I know everything, but in fact we don't. So this is like direct term from mansplaining, which was used before the virus started to describe a situation when men just had to explain everything because they knew better no matter what. So again, kind of like politicians like doing that, yeah, mansplaining and corona-splaining. Corona waltz or COVID waltz, yeah. So this is directly like name of a dance, yeah. And this is kind of similar to the word we have already discussed, like corona dorge, yeah. Because waltzing around, like COVID waltz or corona waltz, is just, you know, maneuvering around people in public, dancing around them just to not to get too close to them, yeah, just not to contract the virus. So another term for corona dodging, yeah, is like corona waltzing or COVID waltzing, yeah, just dancing around people. Yeah, stay away from me, right? That's the one. Okay, corona snake. Locktail hour. What about this one? Use your imagination. What is a locktail hour? Okay, some people are typing up. So let's wait what they will come up with. Time for cocktails during lockdown. Virtual happy hour. Hour without children. Okay, yeah, absolutely. So yeah, cocktail hour in lockdown. So like virtual happy hour, exactly. So locktail hour, when children go to sleep, we might have such time. Zoom room. I guess this one is pretty self-explanatory, yeah, because a Zoom room is just a, you know, bathroom. Yeah, for some people, yeah, who have not enough rooms. Yeah, it has to be the bathroom. But yeah, this is like some place at your home that is kept clean just for video conferences or for work. Yeah, like, so that's a Zoom room. Yeah, I guess we all should have such space in our places right now, just for professional or private reasons. Exactly. Apocalloptimist. So this is like a blend of two words you obviously know, kind of like apocalypse and optimist. So this one also, I guess, doesn't really require much explanation. Some people are typing up, virus didn't exist. Well, that would be optimistic, but it's too late, I guess, to believe this now. But yeah, basically, yeah, it's rather about being hopeful about what comes after COVID is over, yeah. If you're apocalloptimist, you just hope that, yeah, the virus will just die out, the situation will get back to let's say normal or whatever new normal it will be, just thinking optimistically about the future that is to come. So such people are apocalloptimists. I hope we all are apocalloptimists, but looking outside, it's difficult to be apocalloptimists nowadays. Okay, Blur's Day. You are excellent. Let's be optimistic. Absolutely. Blur. Okay. Blurred is not clear. Yeah. So Blur's Day, like if we sit at home like all week, and basically, some people lose the feeling of time. They don't know what day it is. Yeah. So the original meaning of Blur's Day referred to a day after well, party when you had the hangover, when you were hungover. Now it's just used to explain that some people don't know what day of the week it is anymore. Well, I know it's Thursday today because I'm doing this webinar for you, but in spring, I quite often didn't know if it was Monday, Friday, or so it might happen. So this is a Blur's Day. Like it's not clear what day in the calendar it actually is. Coronation. Okay, I think this is quite obvious. What is coronation? Any ideas? Vacation. Yeah, obviously it's coronavirus plus vacation. So yeah, so it's kind of like staycation, yeah, where we don't really go anywhere because we cannot. Yeah, and kind of like ironic term for coronation, yeah, just vacation spent at home due to the virus. Singles also work hard. Of course, we all work hard. Absolutely. Yeah. So coronation, it's kind of a special occasion. Absolutely. But it's better to usually to change your place when you go on holidays. But coronation, obviously, many people had coronation last summer. Okay. Like, for example, my teen thinks he's getting coronation since his school has moved online. Oh, wait until he sees how I'm going to keep him busy. Oh, it's a bad parent. Okay. COVID-19 antibodies, not antibodies, but antibodies. Who might be COVID-19 antibodies? Or antibodies, if you prefer. Both pronunciations are correct. COVID-19 antibodies. Skeptics. Okay, why not? Any more ideas? Someone not safe to spend time with. In a way, absolutely, you're right. Okay, so basically, we use this term like COVID-19 antibodies to talk about friends or family, well, who have got on each other's nerves because of too much time spent together. Yeah, so people become not buddies but anti-buddies. Yeah, people cannot look at each other anymore. They cannot spend any more time together because it's just too much. So this term describes it, like COVID-19 antibodies. Covidient. Wow, if you are covidient, any ideas what this one might mean? Covidient, if you are covidient. Get money from government. Well, would be nice to get some money from them. Obedient to rules. Well, actually, yeah. This is kind of like the opposite of covidiot or coronavirus. Yeah, so basically a person who follows all the rules and regulations, like tries to stay healthy and safe, yeah, and not to risk his own health or other people's. Yeah, so you're covidient, so it's obedient. Yeah, the blend of COVID and obedient. That's right. Corona divorce, COVID divorce. Well, self-explanatory, I guess. Well, some people marriages. Yeah, the whole thing started in Japan on Japanese social media. Couples who stayed together during the lockdown for a long time. Well, they just couldn't do it anymore. Decided to split up. So yeah, spending too much time together can be quite a strain. So they came up with a new expression for this, like Corona divorce or COVID divorce. Yeah, so kind of tricky. Okay, ISO. Only 3 letters. What's this one? ISO. Okay, so isolation, of course. 3 perfect answers. Yeah, so like people in Australia who like different kind of strange abbreviations, yeah, they just came up with this term for self-isolation. But ISO, yeah, they say it makes it a bit more interesting. Isobar. So let's let's follow it with Isobar. What is an Isobar? Okay, some answers are coming. Shelf with drinks at home. Well, actually, yeah, shelf or rather a fridge. Yeah, well stocked with alcohol to get you through a pandemic. Yeah, that's your Isobar. All for yourself. That's kind of dangerous. ISO desk. Well, following the same logic. Yeah, home, workplace. Yeah, that's basically improvise a build for yourself to look good on video. Yeah, in confinement, being alone. Yeah, so that's your ISO desk. Lexit, Covexit. Well, Brexit comes to mind. Yeah, so what can this one mean? Like those two, Lexit, Covexit. Any ideas? Well, basically, yeah, as I said, they are both inspired from Brexit, and they both refer to strategies. How to exit the lockdown and how to prevent economic hardship. Yeah, so how to exit the pandemic and survive. Speaking mostly about economy and consequences for our economies. So Lexit or Covexit. Okay, pun dating. So kind of a different cup of tea. So what is pun dating? Okay, some answers are coming. Online dating, yeah, absolutely. So if you think about pun dating, nowadays they call it new eating pancakes together. Okay, that would be nice. The new language of love used to describe during dating during the pandemic. So of course online mostly, because it's rather difficult to take your partner to the cinema or somewhere nowadays. Yeah? And watching a film wearing a mask, it's like not the most pleasant thing. So that's pan dating for you. Drivecation. So another type of, well, holidays, I guess. Pretty self-explanatory. Supposedly this term was created by Canadians. Yeah. So you spend your holidays in a motorhome or RV, which stands for recreational vehicle, which is just a camper. Yeah. So you can either drive somewhere or just spend drivecation in your RV on your driveway just outside your house. So yeah, Canadians have plenty of space, so they can go on a drivecation. Coronasomnia, or another word with corona in it. So what is that? Coronasomnia. Answers are coming. Thank you very much. No sleep. Okay, some question about the previous one about drivecation. So let me just go back to this one for a sec. You spend your holidays, your vacation in a camper or in a car, just going somewhere with your family, or just you stay in your camper just when it's parked outside your house. Yeah? So that's a drivecation. Coming back to coronasomnia, yeah, it's like no sleep. Insomnia is like sleeplessness. So even more people are affected by this during the pandemic. Yeah, doctors and pharmacists actually have seen some really big increase in the number of people suffering from coronasomnia, so just insomnia. During the pandemic. So the quarantine, the lockdown actually yeah, made things worse for people suffering from insomnia. And a special term was created for coronasomnia, being unable to sleep in the pandemic, in the lockdown. Yeah. There's too much stress, or people are just too afraid about the future to sleep soundly. Zoomtown, another word with Zoom. What is Zoomtown? Because this phrase comes from a boom town. Yeah, in the past, you know, a boom town was a town that developed quickly because of prosperity or some new company being built, a new factory being built just outside of it. And Zoomtown basically, well, the demand for houses outside big cities is on the increase because, well, lots of people work remotely nowadays, and they want to live far from the office, outside cities. So usually Zoom towns are in suburbs of big cities or some areas surrounding city centers because, well, we don't really care about distance to our offices nowadays because we work from home anyways. So some Zoom towns are booming, so to say. Okay, yeah. Like the realtor convinced us to look at several homes in a nearby Zoom town. I couldn't help but imagine an idyllic life in the suburbs, complete with backyard barbecues and a 2-car garage. Yeah, so dream on. Yeah. So yeah, as I said, a boom town, a town that has grown very rapidly as a result of sudden prosperity, and now we have Zoom towns, yeah, with lots of people moving out from big cities because they just work from homes. Turbo relationship. Whoa. So not much to explain here. So basically, well, zomping was like breaking up and finishing the relationship, whilst turbo relationship, well, people rush fast into the relationship. Yeah, so like people are faced with choice. So we either move in, live together, or we finish our relationship. Yeah. So turbo relationship in the pandemic conditions, simply yeah, couples speed up traditional courtship or relationship, just to move in to live together. Yeah, and some scientists are reporting that actually such turbo relationship works pretty well. Yeah, people get more attached to each other, and it's better than zomping probably. So yeah, that's turbo relationship nowadays. COVID-10. Well, if you think about corona spec, yeah, gaining some weight. Well, yeah, we don't get much exercise. We snack more. We sit. We don't move around. And these numbers like COVID-10, COVID-15, or COVID-19 refers not to kilograms, but to pounds. Yeah, like a pound is more or less half of a kilogram. So this is how much well people put on, yeah, being locked down. So yeah, it comes from the expression freshman 15. Yeah, like people who started studying in college, university. They also gained weight, about 15 pounds. Yeah, so now COVID-10, 15, or even 19 refers to this weight gain during the pandemic. So yeah, well, that's it for today, guys. I just wanted to show you some strange, funny words, terms, expressions that have been used in the recent months in the new world reality that we are coming up against. So thank you very much for attending today's webinar. I hope well, you remember something, and some of these words might be pretty useful. So once again, thank you. Enjoy your afternoon and stay safe. Bye bye.